rocking around the Christmas tree. What is going on, everybody? Good afternoon. You know what? We're kicking off Christmas early. I mean, they got it in Lowe's, they got it in Walmart, trees are everywhere. So I figured, you know what? Let's have a special right now in October. I'm here with my good friend, Dean. What is up, buddy, from the one and only Santa's Helper?
What's going on? How are you staffing Shark, Rich?
Not bad, brother. So SourceOwls is in the house there, man. So you know what? Before we even deep dive into this, Dean, tell everybody who you are. Give us a 2-minute tour, buddy.
Sure. Well, my name is Dean Garamella, founder and managing partner of SourceOwls. I've been around the recruiting industry for, I'm going to age myself a little bit, 20 years now. Bumping and grinding the whole way. I started out just doing everyday recruiting, filling jobs, smiling and dialing. Back when I first started, I think I faxed my first resume over. So, now you ask my son, he doesn't even know what a fax machine is. So, times have definitely changed. Started up 2 companies, one Hire Resources, and now we're doing SourceOwls, which is a dynamic recruiter platform where recruiters work on jobs to make large fees. You can work on the platform full-time, part-time, or Rich, anytime, to be honest. So it's going really good. We have a lot of great momentum, making good placements all the time. In fact, we just made one yesterday.
Look at that. Good for you, man. So we're already in the 4th quarter, man. It's time for like Santa Claus to come early, man, Dean, because there's a lot of people right now that are still concerned about the economy. I see internal recruiters losing their jobs all the time and sales reps. So that's why we're having this, hopefully to give you a gift for the holiday and be proactive, man. Are you ready to deep dive into this?
Absolutely. Let's do it, man. Definitely.
All right, brother. So we got a couple of deep topics, man. And you did a lot of research on this, and I love it, man. But the big thing I want to talk about first is agency versus corporate, man. So give us your take on all this, man.
Sure. Agency. Let's start there. Why are agency recruiters, in my mind, more successful as far as recruiting than a corporate recruiter? I think it really comes down to a lot of grit, man. At the end of the day,
the grit. All right, time out. Grit, is that like the Detroit Lions grit?
Grit, man. You need to be able to go face first in the soil and come out and brush yourself off and keep going. Because let me tell you something. I've been doing this a long time, and there is a lot of rejection being a just an agency recruiter. Not to mention an independent recruiter. There's even more rejection. So you have to be able to take the good with the bad. You have to be able to flop in the mud and just get up and keep rolling forward. And if you're not able to do that, you don't have the thick skin, then agency recruiting just isn't for you. Corporate recruiters are more used to, kind of the candidates coming in from a bunch of different resources, where an agency recruiter is used to being resource starved and have to go out there and just make stuff happen every day. And let's face it, a lot of agency recruiters work on mostly or 100% commission. So, it's eat or be eaten. Right.
And how do you survive like that in this economy, Dean, with 100% commission? I mean, and then some recruiters, in agencies, they try to go over to corporate or corporate to agencies. And I see a big, when you're in a corporate recruiting job, you got one goal for that company to get rid of, just to recruit for that stuff. But when you're agency, you're all over the board. You got multiple job orders at one time. I mean, you got to manage yourself. What do you see? How does an agency recruiter come to the top?
We always train our agency recruiters. Best practices is pick a lane, right? If you're going to do sales, do sales. Don't do sales one day and do engineering the next. Be the best sales freaking recruiter that you can possibly be, or engineering recruiter, or supply chain, or whatever it might be. But pick that darn lane and stay in that path, right? A lot of times recruiters want to be generalists. They think it's easier. It's not over time, because you'll learn your industry. You'll learn the players in your industry. You'll learn who pays more, who has crummy work environments, what companies to go after, right? You'll learn the pay scale and ranges of the different positions within those. So you have just your knowledge capital becomes so much more valuable to companies, hiring managers within that space. And that's how you kick tail as a recruiter. Pick a lane and stay in that.
And I always say that the niche is what you got to have. You know, at the end of the day, I say all recruiters can try to do everything. It's tough, Dean. I mean, engineering and healthcare, there's no way you can focus on both at the same time.
No, the riches, I always say this. I live my life, Rich, about these little sayings. And one of my sayings is the riches are in the niches, right?
Ooh.
So just keep those little sayings and grind them in your brain. The riches are in the niches. Another one that is my absolute favorite is persistence wears down resistance. Anytime you say, man, that candidate was spot on and they closed the job, man, I'm just going to be persistent. I'm going to go off to the next one. And that will keep you on the right path.
You got it, man. And I love that, man. You're like the Lombardi here, giving us all these little pep talks and stuff like that. I love it, man. These speeches. So
right.
It's all about the grit, baby. All about the grit.
It's
so
all about the grit.
One thing that I have to say that I see across the country is the tech part. I think recruiters, a lot of them don't understand the whole tech and they never use it to the capabilities of it. You know, it's like 100%. They're just touching like little skim parts and they're not using the ATS or anything like that. What do you see when you bring recruiters in from your end? I mean, they have to embrace everything so they can.
I'm so happy you brought this up because a lot of recruiters are good at recruiting and they tend to go back to the safety places like job boards, right? I mean, geez, job boards have been around since I was 10 years old, right?
Okay, what was the first job board, Dean? Come on, give me the first job board. Is it even around anymore?
The first job board is like the one that I could think of. Everybody can is like Monster. Who's going to kill the monster, right? For years, that was the saying. Who's going to kill the monster? The monster is dead, right? Yes, job boards have their place in your recruiting itinerary, right? And you might get a low-hanging fruit once in a while from a Monster posting, a Career Builder posting, a ZipRecruiter posting. Absolutely. I'm not saying you don't use those, but those are a like post and pray. All right, I'm going to post this job and let's see what comes out of it, right? That should not be your part of your recruitment strategy at all. Your recruiting strategy should be using cutting edge technology and always be going out there and feeding yourself more knowledge about what's in the industry. What is the next trend? Or what's trending right now? You know, things like Clay doing customized messages at scale to get new business or to do recruiting. You know, using our platform, you know, SourceOwls. You don't need any business development. Think about how much time and aggravation an independent recruiter spends on trying to get new business. It's an absolute. It takes so much time. You could leverage platforms like SourceOwls and others to get jobs and just do what you like to do is just recruit. No business development required. So, you know, I don't want to go too much on a tangent there, but we always stay on top of the latest trends. There's a company that we just found using AI, and they're doing really cool stuff. It's called Go Perfect.
Let's talk about Go Perfect here. I don't even know anything about Go Perfect. Tell everybody out there what it does.
Go Perfect is like an AI engine where you set it and forget it, and it'll actually go out into the marketplace, find candidates that meet your criteria, and then send emails out to those people in like a 5-series cadence that is customized using AI that will make them reply to you. And it's all done in a nice kind of platform. We do have a 20% discount if you go to our site and hit our partners page. Go to there. We have a 20% discount on Go Perfect. I believed in it so much after I used it. I called the CEO, introduced herself, and got a 20% discount for our members.
Heck yeah, 20% in this day and age. That's a lot of money, man, saved.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. And it's a good platform. And it's like in 1.2.0, man. This thing has a lot a lot of stuff they're planning on doing to it as well.
And you know what? So we balance it out, when you talk about the agency and the corporate, I mean, at the end of the day, it's, what you make of it. As a recruiter, I keep saying this over and over again. Most recruiters out there now think that they're sourcers. If you live on a job board, it's like a surfboard, Dean. It's expensive and a short ride, and you're going to fall off and you're going to lose your job.
Absolutely. Listen, when you get a rec from a client and you work on a new rec, they're not paying you, the big dollars to go out there and put the job on a job board. They can do that themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Get lucky once in a while. Hey, Santa Claus comes to your house too once in a while, right? I mean, that's okay. He got bags of goodies for you. That's all right. But what you're really engaged on with a company on doing is going out and doing the grit, doing the hard work, and using tools like GoPerfect, Clay, LinkedIn, and
Okay,
going out there making
Dean,
stuff.
Let's just stop there, buddy. Let's just stop there, Clay. So are we talking about clay automation here, like Rudolph, or what? What kind of clay is this, man? Give it to us, man.
Clay is like Rudolph. Yes, Clay.
Remember the cartoon back in the day, the Claymations?
Clay is a very comprehensive platform, which you just can't jump on Clay and all of a sudden use it. I would recommend anybody that wants to dabble with Clay, go out there and go to YouTube and get educated on how to use it, because it's a great platform, but it's very dynamic and it takes a lot of setup. But the Recruiter Roundtable, they have a cool video out there that Harry will take you through all of the functions of Clay and walk you through it. I recommend you do a quick Google for that video. But it's a great platform, and it's all customized, and it's all using stuff like ChatGPT, AI, all this stuff to make everything customized and personal.
Perfect. I'm glad, because we're just jumping right into it now. AI, the biggest thing, and I mean, in the last 16 months, AI. You hear that all the time. So ChatGPT, I mean, they're up to 4.0 now. I mean, it's keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
Give us your take, because we talked about this, about the scripts and how to use ChatGPT the right way.
So there's a lot of different scripts out there, and ChatGPT is awesome because you could tell it exactly what you want it to do. And the better you tell it what to do, the better the outcome. So I always recommend, if you're new to scripting ChatGPT, is ask ChatGPT what's a good script for interviewing questions. What's a good script for interviewing questions for a product developer in the pharmaceutical space? Okay, and it'll give you the script, and then use that script and then modify it for questions that you can ask. You can also create job descriptions right in ChatGPT to post. Say you're posting a job on a job board or to a public domain, and you want to rip out the company information, but go a step further. Say, take out the company information and enhance this job description and make it sound unique, and also make it sound enticing and sell the job. And tell ChatGPT to do that for you, and bang, it'll be done in a few seconds.
You got it. And you know what I think about job descriptions? I always say you got to keep it simple and short. Everybody says, you have to have a good values. You have to have good morals. That's garbage that you talk about in an interview. They think nobody's going to read 5 pages of a job description.
I believe that job descriptions shouldn't even have requirements on it, right? All it should have, it should be casting a wide net, because a lot of candidates, think about you. And I know there's a lot of candidates that'll submit their resume. They work at, they're a landscaper, and they'll submit their resume to a PhD position. I get that, right? That happens all the time.
Yeah.
But also a lot of candidates do actually look at the requirements, and they may not send their resume because they don't fit 1 or 2 of those requirements. So our qualifications. So I recommend you sell the job sell the environment, sell the up. Everybody looking for growth opportunity. Everybody's looking for, a great working environment. Sell all those off paper qualifications and attributes of your client, and then put that out there, right? So you get that you don't have people over analyzing and not sending their resume to you. That has always worked well for me anyway.
I love it. And you know what? With ChatGPT, you could do so much more. Business development. I mean, you can put out there top 10 companies in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, manufacturing with this amount of money, and it'll just give you a list. I mean, you can source so much good stuff out of this.
100%. Another tip. Let's talk about people looking for jobs that are in the industry. Let's say a talent acquisition person, a recruiter. I don't care if you're a salesperson. I just had a good friend who executed this with great precision, and he got a executive level job making $200,000 plus. And how he did it was because he was going through the normal, channels and sending stuff out through job boards and LinkedIn and things like that. And I talked to him. I said, what you should do is put a prospectus together, what you can do for the company, and then connect with these people on LinkedIn, okay? And then send your prospectus to the top person. And he did that for a dozen people. He got contacted and he got hired, and he never even went in for an interview. They did it all via video interviewing. And he said it worked. I sent it to the CEO. He passed it down to this person. He said nobody ever contacted him with a business prospectus on what he can do for them. And it absolutely works. So I would recommend taking the time, putting a business case together for any type of recruiter, salesperson. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer. Send it to the top person. What is it? $100 a month for LinkedIn Navigator, and you get like 30 in-mails. Send 30 out a month, and go out and you can always invite people as they accept your invite, and you could send more. So, and you do 60 a month, and man, you're going to get people are going to take notice to that.
You said it right on there, man, because you know what? If you put it on a job board, and I'm on it all the time too, on these job boards, and you're getting like 1,000, you're just gonna be at the bottom. It's all, I'm going to tell you straight up, people out there, it's all who you know and how you market yourself. That's why I always say for myself, if you're just jumping into the scene here to try to get a job, you need a recruiter. You need somebody to be your job agent or something like that to guide you. Because if you're just throwing stuff out there and you don't know anybody in your network, man, it's going to be tough because people are just going to leapfrog over you. You know that, Dean.
Absolutely. You have to, what's the differentiator that you have that other people do not? And whatever that is, creativity, go in a different channel, make your own freaking channel. That's what you need to do. You can't go in all these other channels that are designed to knock people out.
No, exactly. I mean, you're just going to be in there with everybody else, and then you're hoping you get that call or you're going to get that email that says, round one, round two, and you're just going to get passed by because recruiters and HR don't have time to go through everyone, and everything's AI now. So if you don't have the keywords, Dean, you're out the door already, man. And you don't even know. You don't even know if you are or not.
And also, let me tell you, some of these processes that they make you go through to apply. Oh my God, take you a half hour, 45 minutes just to apply to a job, right? Who has time for that? You might as well make your own channel, send your information to the top dog at the company, and let them decide who to send it to.
I got you. And while we're talking about video, I want to hit this real hard. Video interviews. I mean, I'm a big fan of this for the last 5 years. I always say this. A lot of people push back and say, well, they can judge me on my look on that interview. Well, they're going to judge you no matter what. We're human.
Judge you no matter
they're going to judge you when you're good in person. So why not get eliminated in the first round instead of being like American Idol and get to the top? You're in the top 10 and hoping you get the job, but then you don't. And then you go into this sinkhole. I mean, I love video interviews.
Let me tell you, video interviews is going to be absolutely dominant over the next 5-10 years. Everybody's going to want video interviews. I think that you're onto something there. Video interviews is key. Yes, 110% agree.
And then take it to another level, video resumes. I mean, 2 minutes, like American Idol, give it everything that you got out there, why you can benefit the company and all that, and throw that out there, and boom, just sit on a link.
And send your resume prospectus with a video interview on why you're a good candidate. Put it on YouTube and send a link to YouTube on your resume. Man, no one, I've never seen anyone do that. That's how you really catch some eyeballs. And make sure you get the right lighting, get the right background, put Santa Claus with a beer behind you.
That's character, man. That's character. I drink with my clients and candidates all the time, dude. You know how it is. Cheers.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers. Also, we have a big announcement to make today, Rick, that I'm going to hand the mic to you. Tell everybody what's going on here. What are we doing?
Okay, so me and SourceOwls. First off, SourceOwls has a lot going on here right now. So if you're a recruiter or you're in sales, talent acquisition, and you're looking for a job and you're in between jobs right now, this could be the job for you. It's free to sign up. Mention the shark. You see at the bottom there. I'll give you the link. Dean will give you the link, but it's something seriously. They have a lot of jobs right now that need filled. If you guys are sitting at home, guys and girls, jump on this. This is Christmas money and beyond. Am I right, Dean? Or what, man? This is exciting.
And another thing is Rich is going to be also taking charge of our direct hire division for recruiters. So if anyone needs a recruiter, needs a talent acquisition person, needs an HR manager, director, Rich is the guy. We have access to tens of thousands of recruiters, talent acquisition people across industries and across the country. And a lot of those people we've already vetted out. We have candidates at our disposal, and Richard is the guy.
It is, man. I'm excited to team up with you. So you got the shark and the owl. Look out. The shark's swimming in the ocean. The owl's on top of the shark, and we're going to have a great time together. You love it, man. And the internal pump that we're going to get out of this, anybody looking for a job, open for work, anything like that, reach out to me. I always help you out here. But now it's the industry. The industry needs a lot of help. A lot of these recruiting and staffing firms are looking for sales reps. They're looking for good recruiters. Call me up. I mean, me and Dean's got a big resource of people. I'm going to vet them the best way, man, because they're going to be like a mini shark. I'm not going to send you any garbage. I mean, that's one thing I rely on. You know that, Dean. So that's where it's exciting. With me and Dean's going to team up on this. And the fourth quarter, that's what the gift is for everyone out there. You know what? And we're not charging you anything, man. This is for the company. The company will pay us. But at the end of the day, all the job seekers out there, if you need something, call me up. I want to put you out there and make everybody shine, Dean. That's the whole goal. And now with you involved now too, I mean, we're going to have SourceOwls. We're going to make everybody shine together.
Absolutely. And, by virtue of signing up to SourceOwls, you're going to be included in direct hire jobs, not only the platform, but Richard and team are going to be sifting through all the data and reaching out to anyone that is, a match for jobs that we receive for talent acquisition, recruiters, sourcers, whatever it might be. So we're a one-stop shop.
It is, man. This is a big gift right here on October 2nd. I can't beat it. So I got to ask you, Dean, real quick, boy, before we get off here, man, it's the holidays. It's coming up soon. So should you put your Christmas tree up before Thanksgiving or after? What is it?
That's a good question, right? I like savoring the moment. I don't like letting it wear off. So I do it afterwards, but there's plenty of people that do it before. What's your take on that?
You know what? I say whatever makes you happy. You know what? I at the end of the day, I don't have any say in it. It's Halloween time right now, but we're doing this Christmas special because I felt like since Lowe's is throwing the lights out there, we might as well throw the lights out there on all the platforms too. I don't know. Whatever makes you happy. I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's any situation on that. It's just, if you like the lights, I know people to keep their trees up year round. You know that, Dean.
There's a lot of people that keep the trees up year round. And if that's what you like, hey, that's all right. It's Christmas in your house every day. I'll move in. You could give me a gift every day. That's all. That's a good thing.
And they mix it up too, brother. Like during St. Patty's Day, they got green stuff on it. So they change green lights. So they change it out during the holidays and stuff like that. That's pretty awesome. So last one, favorite Christmas movie, man.
Got to be The Grinch. I like The Grinch. Yeah, The Grinch. Or Elf. Elf's a good one. How about you?
For me, it's going to be Home Alone or the Griswolds. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love the
Griswolds
Shitter's
are
Full,
good.
man?
I just watched the
Eddie?
Griswolds way too much over the years. I'm kind of Griswold out, if you would.
But you got to love that part with Eddie,
Yeah,
sitting there in his robe on cigar. The Shitter's Full. I mean, that slogan alone is a Christmas slogan forever.
it's a great one. They're all great.
Oh, man, we got a couple of shout outs here. We didn't miss too much. Yes, reach out to us. You can watch the replay. It's all good. We're always here on demand. But hey, Dean, I got to thank you so much, man. I'm excited about this partnership. Excited about the holidays. I'm glad we got to kick it off here in October. And yeah, if you guys get a chance, reach out to myself or Dean. We're going to help the industry big time in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, and appreciate you a lot. Thanks, bud.
All right, brother, man. Happy holidays early for everybody.
Happy
Take
early
care.
holiday.